The UFC ain't even trying to hide their absolute hatred for Tony Ferguson with this fight announcement. To think that Tony not so long ago was on a 12-fight win streak and now is on a 6-fight losing streak and is about to fight Paddy Pimblett, a fighter who was given a Make-A-Wish Foundation type gift and handed a decision win over Jared Gordon, who very clearly deserved to win. It's honestly very sad to see Tony go out like this. The UFC is clearly just trying to pump up Paddy by using Tony, and as long as Tony stays as an MMA fighter, he will continue to be used like this. Doesn't matter what organization it is, they'll treat him the same exact way, just as another fighter they could use to pump up the younger fighters. Nah, but Tony versus Paddy, this shit's crazy. Tony's gonna need some exotic sand to win this one, and I don't say that to mean that Paddy is a great fighter, cause he's not. If you needed a blessing from God to get a decision win against a gatekeeper, you're mediocre at best. But it's no secret that Tony has been looking worse each fight. Except for one thing. His right hand / his power. For about 5 seconds, we got a glimpse of the old Tony. When he fought Michael Chandler and Bobby Green, he stunned both of them and then proceeded to get bashed, like he talked bad about their moms or something. But the hope is still there. If he's able to catch Paddy approximately near the cage, at this angle, he can make Paddy tumble into the cage where he may twist his ankle and Tony cinches up a Darce choke from the heavens, winning the match and retiring. The old Tony is back, but in all seriousness, I can't seem to find ways that Tony could win this, which is pretty sad. At first, I was going to mention his grappling. Maybe he has a shot at grappling, but he's been getting finished when it comes to the grappling. He got choked out by Bobby Green and Nate Diaz, especially Bobby Green. You're not supposed to get finished on the ground by Bobby Green, and let alone Tony got finished. That's just insane to even think about, but that's the reality now. I was thinking maybe some unorthodox techniques he uses, Imanari rolls and such, spinning attacks, but his unorthodox attacks have been just so slow. He's not going to catch nobody with that shit. And considering how Tony's career has been going, the matchups he's been given, he knows something that will tarnish the UFC's reputation or Dana's reputation, because there's no way they're treating him like this. The man's been nothing but a company man. He's fought anybody the company's asked him to fight. He pretty much brought back sports during the pandemic, fighting a fighter he did not have to fight at all. But what this fight pretty much means for Paddy is that the UFC is trying to build him up kinda the same way they built up Sean O'Malley. They're gonna give him these low-ranked fighters, pretty much easy matchups for him, until they find another fighter in the lightweight division that's about to fall off or is falling off, that has a name. Use that fighter to pump up Paddy even more, and then give him a quote-unquote undeserving title shot. I just hope no matter what happens, someone in Tony's team sits him down and forces the man to retire, because this is kind of outrageous. He's about to turn 40 years old in February, I believe. One of the best lightweights in his prime, and easily a Hall of Famer. He honestly has nothing to prove, and he should just retire, enjoy his family, and maybe even become a coach if he really doesn't want to leave the fight game behind.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?